Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace, and today is Monday, March. I have a timer on so I can't see the date. Wow, that's rough. What is today's date? I should know this. Today's the 21st. It is Monday, March 21st. This is a podcast about books, baking, knitting, and cats. See, I got thrown off and now I said things out of order and now it just feels weird. And also sometimes forgetting what the date is, and I can never remember. I never check before I start, and then I start, and then I don't remember. And sometimes I have timers going, so then it doesn't show up on my phone where I normally expect it to. Anyway, I have social medias. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there. I have so many test knits going on, and just lots of fun things that I get up to during the week. I have started, doing little baking videos that are not instructional whatsoever. It's just kind of fun to look at. I like watching those videos. I have enjoyed starting to kind of dip my toe into that, just because it's fun. So you should follow me on Instagram. I also have show notes, so the links to things that I will be talking about will hopefully be there. If I forget, please feel free to send me a message, or if you just want to say hello, that would be wonderful. That is on my blog, so if you are on YouTube, the link to my blog is down below, or if you're on my blog already, everything is already there. I also work at a yarn shop. It is called Pearly Girls. It's in Spring, Texas. It's awesome. We've got great yarn. It's just a great place. If you would like to check us out either online or in person, we would love either one. All that information will be in the show notes and down below. So, that is that. The lighting is gonna come and go today because of weather, which we love to discuss, as we all very well know here. Without further ado, let's just get straight into it. If you like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold. I also need to get this done before the buzzer of our dryer starts going off. I would like to do that because that was not fun to edit around. Not a fan. So whatever you may be doing, I hope it brings you joy and maybe a little bit of a rest and some relaxation, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. So, everyone, there's weather coming. There are big storms coming. It's supposedly going to be intense, and right now it's kind of the in-between. It's coming, so we have light and then we have dark. It's super dark out there, but this window is just kind of gonna change the lighting. So sometimes I'm like very lit up and other times it's very dark and shadowy. That's why I do apologize, but we're grateful for the good lighting that we have in this new location. Also the yarn wall behind me. So, what did I get up to this past week? And now the sun's out. It doesn't make sense. I got a lot of knitting done. It was great. I do have a finished object to show you, which is super fun. And, it is a test knit, which is great. I made good progress on my other test knits. I started a new test knit. I intended to start the final test knit that I have currently in my docket of test knitting. But every time I was going to do that, I realized I didn't have the right needles with me. I promptly then forgot because I did that several times. But that's okay. It was kind of a busy week. We also had the Heathered Handmaids trunk show at Pearly Girls this past weekend. I did get yarn. I'm very excited. It will be wound up at some point in the near future because I need to knit both of these things now. So, my finished object, I'm going to show it to you. I'm so excited about this. It turned out so so nicely. Like, this was exactly what I was looking for. This is Twice the Stripes tee by Nicole of Thorson Knits. It's just your basic top-down raglan tee. I did a split, or there's a split hem. I did the back to be a little bit longer, but by like half an inch. Short sleeves. It's great. She includes in the same pattern the instructions to lengthen the sleeves and continue on with the striping, basically, but it's just your basic sleeve. There are short rows in the back, which is great. Makes it fit even better. Getting all the text messages right now. Yes, I love this. I wore this on Saturday. It was amazing. Felt super cute. My yarn is Cascade Heritage, which is like their sock weight, or one of their sock weights, and then this fun color is Blue Mule Fiber on their Donegal base in the Cantina colorway. I'm very proud of myself for remembering that. But it's just super happy. This is probably the most accurate. There are Tweety bits in there. I don't know how well you can see that, but they're there. I love this. It will be a summery tee that I will love dearly for sure, because I have like no summery tees. I have a few. That's not true. I don't have no, completely zero. I do have a few, but I need to expand that. I also have yarn for quite a few summery tees, and I really just need to like knit them up, you know? So that is my finished object. My second test knit that I worked on quite a bit this week is my Basic Bee hoodie by Becky of Pots and Knots on Instagram. Everyone, I got so much done. We have an entire sleeve. The body and like this sleeve is basically just gonna knit itself because the second sleeve always goes faster without fail. It's the best. So, and honestly, if I'm being completely honest here, we're gonna have a little vulnerable moment. I'm a little anxious about these storms that are coming. There's some not great forecasted weather. This will have happened on Monday when this goes out on Wednesday, so hopefully everything is fine. I'm feeling a little anxious. It's supposed to happen in the middle of the night. I don't know how well I'm gonna sleep tonight. I may get some knitting done. That may be a thing. Watch it not be a big deal, but I'm currently feeling anxious. So clearly drinking a highly caffeinated beverage will help me. This is my first caffeinated beverage of the day. I've drank a lot of water, so I am hydrated. You just need a nice oat milk latte, because I can do that at home now. That feels super fancy and bougie and in a cafe, but I'm at home. Anyway, my point being, I'm worried about the weather that's coming. Sleeve knitting seems kind of right up my alley right now. Very mindless. I will get the sleeve done. All that's left is my hood and then the I-cord, which will be done in the purple. I've never knit a hood before. I know it's not super complicated, and I'm very excited about it. I was reading through the instructions while working on my sleeve, and I was like, oh, this makes sense. I'm excited to do something new I haven't done before. Which I think is just a side tangent. Just the beauty of the knitting, crafting world. There's always something new. There's always something that someone has come up with or has created, or it may be an old thing that you just haven't gotten around to trying yet. There's like such constant opportunities to learn, and I love that, and it just brings me joy. So I'm super excited to be able to knit a hoodie. I've tried this on so many times, mainly because I love wearing this thing. It fits so good, and I am just so excited. I'm so sad that it's not cold anymore. We'll probably have the occasional chilly morning, and I know that air conditioning is a thing, but this is worsted weight. This is Lion brand Woolies, which I love very dearly, but this is definitely not a like long-term wear, I guess, right now. When it gets cooler, for sure. For sure. But right now, not so much. So I'm excited to have the few opportunities that I have left to wear it, also just snuggling up inside, because again, air conditioning is a thing. In our new house, we have delightful ceiling fans. They are incredible and amazing. They're also very powerful and it can get very chilly, and I'm very excited about that. So there are some that I can't wear it. I definitely can. It's just very specific situations that I can wear it, so, but that's okay. I'm loving this. I don't know what about it makes me so excited about the fit of it. I think also partly is because I didn't go super oversized in this particular situation, which I normally would do. It just started raining and it's gotten dark again. Normally I would go pretty oversized because I love oversized things. That's pretty much all I wear. It makes me feel wonderful and comfortable, and both of those things are just as important as each other. So that being said, there are a few things that aren't super oversized, and I do love those things as well. But I love oversized clothing in general. And this, I went with maybe 2 1.5 inches of positive ease, maybe slightly more than my normal size, roughly, if I remember correctly. I'm blanking on the sizes at the moment, but like I was also looking at the size above, which I think was maybe like 5 to 6 inches above my normal size, which would have been also super snuggly. But having tried this one on, this is like the perfect hoodie. It's like the hoodie that you all love, like you love. You have your favorite hoodie or your crew neck sweater and you put it on and just fits real nice and somehow like goes with everything, especially your favorite pair of jeans, which we all know I have at this point. I'm not currently wearing them. I am wearing leggings, but my favorite pair of jeans, it will look so good with my jeans. I might need another one of these. Oh, you know what? I think I need a maroon one. Oh my goodness. Well, okay. Okay. Let's rein it back in. We're getting distracted. Basic Bee hoodie. It's coming out sometime in April, as is this Twice the Stripes tee. They're both coming out in April sometime, which is super exciting. So I cannot encourage you enough. Please check out this pattern and check out this Basic Bee hoodie. Both of these designers, Nicole and Becky, have quite a few designs out already, and they're all the patterns are super cute, and I'm sure the other patterns are written similarly to the ones I'm testing, so I know that they are very well written. They're very clear, good, basic, straightforward knitting. And if you've never knit a hood before, this is your chance. I was also excited because that's not something that I would necessarily be drawn towards, I guess. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to knit a hoodie. But I saw this when the testing call went up, and I was like, I need that. Also, I want to knit a hood. But normally I don't think that would be something that I would pick, just because I wouldn't have any experience with it. So I'm super excited to have had this opportunity to test this pattern. And I also have to make a very long I-cord, which I'm not really looking forward to, but worth it. Worth it. Like I said, the I-cord will be in this purple. Also, I placed the color blocking just like perfectly. I don't know how that happened. I was not really paying attention when I measured everything for the color placement, blocking, whatever, and it turned out so good. So I don't know like what happened necessarily. I am not complaining. I am very glad. I am using this little caramel maple, whatever you want to call it, donut from Little Bitty Delights that I love dearly. I'm also using some Gilmore Girls stitch markers from A Needle Runs Through It, which I also love dearly. They're in my small collection of stitch markers and notions that I can currently find, which makes me really sad because all my springy and summery progress keepers are like packed away somewhere and I can't find them. And it makes me very sad. One funny thing, this is a random connection, I don't know if other people would necessarily agree with this, but it makes sense in my mind, so I'm going to go with it. But I feel like having the donut, the Luke's Diner stitch marker, and it being on a hoodie project screams Lorelei to me, which I love. So this is like my Lorelei project and I love it. So that's my story. Those are my connections. I feel like Lorelei would definitely be a fan of that hoodie, so in my opinion, and it makes me happy. So I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna move my phone over there. I have another test knit that I have not cast on yet. This is the one that I never had the right needles with me. It was very dumb. Every time I would like go to pull it out and be like, I'm gonna cast this on now, and then I pull out my needles and then it's like, oh wait, these are the wrong needles. I need to remember to put the right ones in next time. Completely forget. Literally the following day, go to pull it out, oh wait, wrong needles. Poo. I will remember. Following day, go to pull it out, wrong needles. And so it continued on, and it was just so frustrating. Anyway, this didn't get cast on, but I will tell you what this is going to be, and I do need my phone for this. This is going to be a super cute, it's called the Pretty Basic Ruffle Raglan by Melissa of Homebody Fibers. This is her picture on her Instagram, which I just think is so cute and very much the vibe style that I'm really into for the summer. It fits very similarly to how this fits. This may have a little bit more positive ease, but I think this is the cutest thing. And again, I know I have knit ruffles before. It's been so long. I have not knit a ruffle in forever, and I'm so excited. So I went with a super fun color that I don't have in my wardrobe, which is pomegranate. I wouldn't call this color pomegranate. It's a very orangey red. Pomegranate to me is more of like a purpley color, like a purpley red color. Although I know there are some that are a little bit more red. The seeds are pretty ruby-y color, but like that's not really pomegranate. Anyway, whatever. It may be pomegranate, because it may be after a pomegranate I've never seen before. Anyway, this is Knitting for Olive Merino. It's a fingering weight. I'm super excited. I got this from Pearly Girls. And this will be cast on with the right needles for next week, for sure. For sure. This is not due until May, so I'm not worried. It will be fine. The other test knit that I did cast on, though, because this is due in April as well, but I'm not too worried about it because it is a DK weight shawl knit on a size 10. I may be knitting it on a 10.5, honestly. I don't remember. It was whatever I grabbed. I think it may be 10.5 because I think the 10.5s do this little thingy. Yeah, it is 10.5. So, this is what I have. I love it. Like I said, it's DK weight, so it's actually 2 fingering weights held together. And this is a test knit for Tiff Nealon. I have test knit for her quite a bit. If you are new, I love her and her patterns. They are both wonderful. And so I believe you have your main color, your color A, which I'm using less traveled yarns, less traveled yarn. Less traveled yarn. So I'm holding this with a bunch, literally a bunch of scraps and bits and pieces. This is why we save our yarn. This is why we don't worry about using up all our yarn. This is why we love scrappy projects. They make me so happy. And then on top of that, you throw in the weave and Steven technique, which I know isn't necessarily, like, there were other people that were doing it before I don't know, whatever. He is calling it the weave and Steven, which of course is Stephen West. The weave and Steven method, which is weaving in ends as you go, so it's really not that big a deal because you could have a lot of ends with scrappy projects. You inevitably have a lot of ends. But if you weave in your ends as you go, it's all a happy time. I'm really having a delightful time with this. It is very fun. I have no rhyme or reason. In theory, I'd like to go from light to dark. I don't know if that will actually happen. It's kind of just whatever I pull out of the bag. This is in my Shakespeare & Company bag that I got when I was doing my study abroad in Paris, and I do love this bag quite a bit. It also holds quite a lot. But yeah, I'm just super excited to play around. I will have lots of different yarns in here. But I just really love like heavyweight shawls like this because they're so airy. And actually a similar, like, it was another really big, I think it might have been a worsted weight shawl actually, on like a size 10.5. It may have been these very needles. It was the first pattern that I test knit for Tiff, which is pretty cool that I get to do another one similar to this. And my foot has fallen asleep. We've reached that point in the episode. So I'm just having a really fun time. It's it grows, so this is the corner obviously, and then once I get to a certain point, I'll start decreasing. We have these eyelets, we've got some garter bumps, we have my sugar donut from Little Bitty Delights, surprise, surprise. I love it dearly. So this is super fun. This is just really, ooh, a poo. Don't you hate it when like your jewelry or your rings snag your yarn? And you just do a little tug and everything's back to normal. But super mindless. It's very easy. I cast this on. My middle brother-in-law came to spend the night with us at the end of his spring break, so he and Sam could hang out, and that was super fun, and we all had a grand time, and I cast this on, and it was very delightful. Everything is delightful. We all have grand times. It's just so great. What am I saying? I don't even know. So, this test knit, that's coming out sometime in April, so it will be pretty soon in the grand scheme of things. But I'm not worried about it because it is a big needle and goes very quickly. The nice thing about playing around with color. Lastly, projects that I've worked on. Goodness, we had a lot to talk about this week. Of course, I'm in the middle of a row. Am I near the end of the row? We'll make it work. Let me finish this row. So, this is my Layla cardigan by Elizabeth Smith. It's knit out of Barocco Ultra Wool and Noro Silk Garden, which I am so excited. This has been kind of my, I don't want to work on test knits, and I also don't want to think too hard. It's been in the same container as all my test knits when it comes to, and by container I mean this white box thing, which is not the most attractive thing, but it was just, we've moved, there's nothing, there are some organized things, but this is not one of them. Normally I would have like a nicer container or a nicer bag. I can't find those bags currently. I know they're here. I know they're here somewhere. I just haven't found them yet. So anyway, I've been working on this, and when I just really need a brain break that's not a test knit, and yeah, it's just been really nice. I really love these garter stitch side panels. I think it really kind of breaks up the monotony of the stockinette. But don't get me wrong, I love stockinette. I also love stockinette knitting in the round because that's literally just knitting. Because obviously with stockinette and what I'm doing, you do have to purl back, which I don't really care. I don't have a strong opinion about purling. I know some people loathe purling. Completely understand. I know sometimes it can exacerbate. Is that the? I think I said that correctly. Hand issues. I don't have a strong opinion about it. I'm almost to the end of my row. So I had the goal at one point to knit through at least this one ball of Silk Garden. I did not do that. Well, clearly my effort to avoid the dryer beep did not work, but that's okay. We will just continue forward. This is the Layla cardigan by Elizabeth Smith. This is the progress that I've made. I was here last week, so I am just chugging right along, having a super fun time. I'm almost done with this first skein of Silk Garden. Whoopies. Losing some stitches. There we go. I just really love how this is turning out. I'm super excited to wear this. This is a vest, just kind of a throw-on sweater type thing. I love working with Noro. Again, to each their own. I know not everybody likes Noro, and that is great. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't like that, but I can respect your decision. I'm getting a scam likely call. We are busy. Leave me alone. I love Noro very much. And I'm constantly thinking of things and ways to use it. I have a ton of it that will eventually get used over time, and I just really love being able to work with it. So the colors make me happy, and I just really enjoy it. It's a very unique yarn. And yeah, so those are all my projects. Now let's get into my yarn acquisitions, which I'm so excited about. And it worked out so perfectly because my sister actually gave me a gift card for my birthday to Pearly Girls. So I saved it. I was like, I want to get something now in February, but also I know Heather's trunk show is coming and this would be just perfect. So I saved it and I got some things. I got yarn for 2 projects. One of which is just one color. The other will have another color that I'm going to source from my stash because I didn't need quite a full skein, and I know that I have yarn that will work. It may be in this bag for my other thing. Ooh, that'd be pretty. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Anyway, so first off, everyone, if you don't know who Heathered Handmaids is, you need to fix that. And you can fix that by visiting the links in my show notes. Also following her on Instagram, subscribing to her newsletter, all that jazz. Super fun stuff. Her bases are amazing. She is wonderful. You need to check out her information and yarn. So first of all, this yarn I am so excited about. I was not really planning to go this direction, but as I was at work on Saturday, the second day of the trunk show, and I was like, it just kept staring at me, and I was like, oh, I can't stop thinking about this particular yarn, more so than what I thought I was going to go for this, but I'm not complaining. I think it will be amazing. I got this, which is firewood on her tweed sock base. And I just love it. It's like the perfect warm, like kind of cozy brown. I almost kind of want to say it's a mousy brown, but like not in a bad way at all. I just love the Donegal tweed. It's so nice. I love tweed. Ooh. So good. So I will be supplementing a contrasting color, and I will be making the Missoni Accomplished by Espace Tricot, which I'm very excited about. I've had it in my queue for forever. Yes, I realize it's not a summery tee, it's not a cardigan. I can live my life, whatever I can do. I was saying, I can live my yarn knitting life. I can do what I want. I can make pullovers and non-summery tees whenever I want to, even though I said I was not going to really focus on that anymore. This is what I'm doing. And secondly, I'm so excited about this. Everyone. Okay, this is, ooh, it's just so pretty. I saw this when I walked in and I was like, again, not exactly what I was going for originally, but I can't stop thinking about this color and this yarn. I'm going to be making a Weekender Light out of this color, which is called Be Teal My Heart. Can we even? Like, there's just so much to this skein, or all of these skeins. There's speckles, there's depth. It's just beautiful. I love this. So I've got 3 skeins to do a Weekender Light. I'm so excited. Another one I've had in my queue for forever. I love my Weekender. Also knit out of Lion Brand Woolies. I love it. It's one of my favorite sweaters. And yes, there were so many, like, because Heather also had some of her Advent colors, and it was so hard to pick. Too hard. Like, I wanted to knit I want a lot of sweaters out of her yard. There's the one, actually I have my Advent thing right here because I brought it with me. It's this one, it's comfy pants and my favorite sweater, maybe, I think. I get the two mixed up, but it's this solid, it's like a pinky, maroony, burgundy color, and then also this navy color that I just love so much. Her solids are so good. There's just enough variegation. And then I also really love this goldy color. So, just add that to my list of things I want to do. But in the meantime, my weekend or light. Missoni accomplished. I'm thinking to go with like a creamy color, like a warm cream. I don't think I have anything here that I want to use. I think they're all in my bits and pieces basket. So I'm excited about this. Which one will I do first? I don't know. I think I want to at least finish my basic bee hoodie first. And for sure cast on the ruffled tee with the right needles, because that's important. But I think once I do that, I think that I'll be good, making good progress, you know. So those are my plans. I have some sourdough proofing. I'm very excited for. I'm gonna bake a loaf of bread before the storms come, or try to anyway. That is my goal. So that's fun. Is there anything else to discuss? I don't really think so. I apologize if this is on the shorter end, but I've got things to do. My foot has fallen asleep. Really need to fix this situation. Maybe I should just sit on a chair. Blah, blah, blah. For the future, just to kind of like discuss things, once this gets way more organized, which I'm making progress. I've made good progress, people. I have sweater organization. I have like bits and pieces organization. I'm super proud of myself. I did a big washing day. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that. I did so good. This sweater got washed. This is my JC cardigan, I think, by Isabel Kramer, that I tested it for her forever ago. This got washed. It's so great. But so I have the chair that I sat in when I recorded at our apartment in that little corner, and it's like literally over there because this is kind of like my crafting room corner thing. And in theory, I could like scoot it over here to sit in front of this wall, and then I wouldn't have the problem of my feet falling asleep. Although I do like sitting on a cushion on the floor. So, I don't know. Things to think about. Things to decide that I don't have to decide right now. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts about positioning myself here. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry if I made you yawn. I think I must go. I have things to do. You probably have things to do. Thanks for hanging out for the amount of time that you have. So, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. It is so windy. Like, wind in an apartment feels, especially when you're on the third floor, feels like you can feel when it's windy. Wind in a house feels windy, but also feels way different. And it's like, this is what is going on. And then it whistles over our fireplace, and it's like, wow, this is a lot. I feel very, I don't even know. It's just weird. These storms are coming. Anyway, this has nothing to do with your crafty plans or my crafty plans. I want to finish, hopefully, the basic bee hoodie. That would be just amazing. I want to make good progress on Tiff's shawl. I want to cast on the ruffle raglan tee. And then maybe this one or this one. Does anybody have a preference? Do you have an opinion? I don't have an opinion. I don't like making decisions. Yay! These kinds of decisions really stress me out, which is really dumb because these are like the most fun decisions. I don't know. I don't even know. Whatever. Do you have an opinion? Let me know what you think. Do you want to see a weekender light, or do you want to see a Missoni accomplished? Do we want a solid color? Do we want color work? I don't know. So, I'm excited either way about both of these because it's just going to be so exciting. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I have the social medias. I have the show notes. I have the yarn store information. All the places. If I forget anything, send me a message and say hello, because that would be wonderful. Are you still experiencing cold weather? Is it still winter where you are? It's not winter here. It's like that weird in-between of spring and summer, really. We're on the cusp of the really hot weather. And this is when big storms happen. And it's just gonna be a lot. And again, watch it be nothing, but like, I don't know. We're not gonna think about it too much. It will be fine. It will be fine. It will be fine. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me talk about my concerns about the weather and listening to me rant and ramble. I hope that you get a copy of Twice the Stripes and or the Basic Bee hoodie when they come out in April sometime. Do believe everyone needs a copy. They are such good patterns. There's so many options and ways to be creative. Okay, we're almost done. The dryer needs to be quiet. I thought I could make it before the dryer started beeping, but apparently not. Clearly not. So it probably means it's time to go fold some laundry and check on my sourdough. So you are wonderful. You are enough. I hope you have some good crafting time. I hope you are able to relax and just rest and just be, because that is also important every day, if possible. It is important. Have a delicious cup of hot beverage or a cold beverage or water, because that is also important, because hydration is important. I know that I have drank a lot of water today. Have you drank enough water today? Do you need to drink some water? You should probably go drink some water. Friendly reminder. Anyway, that is all that I have. I will be back next week, hopefully with lots to show you. New things, old things, I don't know. We will see. I don't know. I have literally no idea. We will see what the crafting feelings feel like and where they take me. I cannot predict that. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all next week. Bye!